So yeah, so guys, let's go into the next question, which is on uses and sources of fund. This question is a little complicated because sir has not really covered this as a problem in class. So let's try first understand what is the meaning of source of fund and use of fund. So I'll tell you the crux. Sir mentioned this in a lot of detail. You can go and watch the entire video if it's not clear. But the crux of this is that whenever there's an increase in asset, it's a use of fund. Whenever there is a decrease in asset, this is called a source of fund. Now, those who have done accounting, they know that whenever an asset is purchased, the entry is asset account debit to cash. And whenever the asset is sold, the entry is cash account debit to asset. So you can obviously understand when cash increases, when asset increases, cash decreases, so it's a use of fund. And when the asset decreases, cash increases, so it's a use of fund. But now some people who have not done accounting, they'll be like, what the hell is debit? I don't know what debit is. So for them, I'll explain in this way. You purchase a phone, okay? Let's say it's worth 50,000 rupees. You purchase this phone. So an asset increases, but you have to pay money. So because you pay money, your asset increases, but you use that fund that you had to purchase money, to purchase this asset. Similarly, when you sell this money, so you sell it on Cashify, let's say you get 10,000. So that is a source of fund because you're decreasing the asset. This is true for all assets, fixed asset, current asset, all assets. Whenever asset increases or asset decreases, if it increases, it's a use of fund. If it decreases, it's a source of fund. Similarly, for liabilities, when there is an increase in liability, it's a source of fund, and when there is a decrease in liability, it's a use of fund. Now I'll tell you an example. So suppose you have to purchase this asset, but you don't have the money. You're waiting for a salary, so you take money from your parents. So your parents become your creditors because you're taking money from them. So initially, when you purchase this phone using your parents' money, you increase your liability because you have to pay back money to your parents. So they become creditors. So it's an increase in liability, but you're getting money from them. So it's increasing liability is a source of fund. Now, next month when you get the salary, you pay it back to them. So it's a decrease in liability because you pay it back, and you use that fund to pay them. So that's why there's a use of fund. So this is a basic thing that I wanted to explain. So just keep this in mind. Increase in asset is the use of fund. Decrease in asset is source of fund. Increasing liability is a source of fund. Decreasing liability is a use of fund. Now let's go to the question. So first let's do a very basic question, and then we'll do the type of question that was given in class. Now for the question, what is given is there's a balance sheet that's given in 2020 and a balance sheet that's given in 2021. Now what you have to do is basically using the changes in the balance sheet, you have to figure out what is the use of fund and source of fund. Okay. It's very simple. Just remember that asset and liability. This side is asset, this side is liability. Now let's see. House does not change. Car does not change. So let's change some figures. 120, 18, 22. Okay. Mutual fund, car, home loan. Let's say home loan. I take more home loan, and I'll just change some of the figures so that we can kind of get an idea. Inventory is 13, creditors is 9, and wages payable changes. Okay. So now you can see that the balance sheet matches in both cases, but there are some changes in the old balance sheet and the new balance sheet. Now we have to map this out. So let's go from one side to another. So asset side, house. So house changes, house increases by 20. So changes 20, increase 20. So whenever this increase, write 20. Whenever this decrease, write minus 20. Now car increases by 3. Mutual fund does not increase. Gold. So gold increases by from 2 to 2. It does not change. Okay. debtor increases by 2, gold is 0, debtor is 2, inventory changes, so let's make this one inventory increases by 3, cash increases by 11. Okay. On the liability side, debt remains same, home loan increases by 10, so home loan increases by 10, interest payable decreases by 1, so -1, and creditors again decreases by -1. Okay. I'll just demarcate this part, that this part is the asset and this part is the liability. Okay, so these are all assets, these are all liabilities. So now remember what we did. We said any increase in asset is a use of fund. Okay, so use of fund. Any increase, this is also increase. All of them are in fact increase. So all of them are increase. So all of them are use of fund. Any increase in liability is a source of fund. So you write here source. Any decrease in liability is a use of fund. Use of fund. Okay. So now what is my source of fund? Home loan is 10. And oh sorry, wages payable is another item. Wages payable. This also changed quietly. So wages payable changed from 6 to 37. So this changes 31 and it's a positive. So again, it's a increase in liability is a use of fund. Sorry, increase in liability is a source of fund. So wages payable is a, so now you can see total is 41. So where did you get the money from? You took 10 rupees more home loan and you did not pay your wages by 31 rupees. That's why you saved that money and that is your source of fund. And now for your use of fund, you use that money to purchase house, to purchase car, inventory, debtor, cash, interest payable, and creditors. Okay. So use that money to pay these things. So 2332 11, 2332 11 1 1. Okay. Now whenever you're doing it here, just don't write the -1 and +1. Just make this a little lower. Okay. If you sum this up, this also should come to 41. So basically what this statement of source of fund and use of fund says is that which is your source of fund. So for the source of fund, you took loan of 10, you did not pay wages of 31 and saved money there. So that is your source of fund. You use that money to buy a house. So initially it was 100, now it's 220. So you bought a house, you bought a car. Mutual fund did not change, gold did not change, debtor. So you did not pay. So you use that fund to give debt. You gave credit to your debtors. So 2 rupees is a source of fund. Sorry, use of fund. Cash increased by 11. So that is your use of fund. And interest payable 4. And it's a, you did not pay interest. So this is here. I hope you're getting this. Using this interchange, you can see, you can classify it based on the use of fund and source of fund, and then make a statement, all the sources of fund, total it up, and all the users fund, total it up. That should give you the statement of the sources and users of fund. Now, this is a simple question. Now, in case of this question, so in the question that sir has given, there's one slight change. So what he has done is everything else is the same. Your house changes in value from 120 to 130. But he is saying that these are market value balance sheets. And market value balance sheet, there is a net worth column. You can see net worth is increasing. So because your net worth is increasing, so I'll explain what happens. For example, this gold. Let's take an example of gold. Gold was let's say 2 lakh rupees of gold you had in 2020. And now in the 2021 becomes 5 lakhs. Now, this does not mean that you purchase gold of 3 lakhs. These are market value balance sheet. So the value of the gold is taken at market value today. What they are saying is that, okay, you had gold worth rupees 2 lakhs. That gold changed market value by 5 lakhs. So that gold became 7 lakhs. 2 plus 5 is 7 lakhs. However, at the end of the year, you only had 5 lakhs. That means you must have sold 2 lakhs worth of gold. Got it? Initially I had 2 lakhs, that increased by market value by 5 lakhs. So that became 7 lakhs minus market value today is 5 lakhs. That means 2 lakhs you must have sold. Okay. So what you essentially do, take this gold 2 lakhs and 5 lakhs. So this is 3. So take the net change 3. Again, house is 120 to 130. So it's 10. So just do it as normal. So this is a total change. Car changed from 10 to 8. So it's minus 2. Mutual fund changed from 15 to 25. So again 10. And gold changed from 2 to 5. So 3. Okay. Debtor change did not change. Inventory did not change. Cash changed. Cash changed from 8 to 10. So it's 2 rupees. Cash change. Equity nothing. Debt nothing. Home loan nothing. Interest payable nothing. Credit nothing. Nothing else. Source of fund, we'll do that later. Firstly, what we need to do is now out of this 10, is it due to market value change or due to a cash based change? So now you know that here it says that 5 rupees is due to market value change. So what you do over here is this house was 120 rupees. Okay, this became 130. However, this out of the 120 to 130, 5 rupees was because of market value change. So remaining is because of cash. What essentially happened, your house that was valued at 120 last year increased in value by 5 lakh rupees. So it became 125. And you purchase another house worth 5 lakhs. So that's why it's 130 today. So out of this 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs is due to market value change. Out of this mutual fund is 6 rupees change is due to market value. And gold is changing due to market value by 5 lakhs. It can go down also. So for example, if gold prices go down, your market value change will be negative. Now what you do is just minimize, deduct. So 10 minus 5. Again here, you can just drag this down. So car remains the same. Mutual fund 4 minus 2 and 2. Now what you do is based on that, you do the essential uses and sources of fund. So what is the source of fund? So here again, house is an asset. All of these are assets. So any increase in asset is a use of fund, and in decrease in asset is a source of fund. So here is an increase, it's a use of fund. Here is the source of fund, use of fund, source of fund, use of fund. Got it? And this market value change, okay, so I missed one entry. So net worth also changes. So here what you do is net worth is also a liability. Now net worth increases by from 22 to 45. So it increases by 23 rupees. This changes due to net change in the market value is this much. So you add up this one. So it's 16. So this net worth increases by 23. Out of this, it's because market value changes by 16. So if you add these up, so these 3 is 16. So my net worth changes by 16, and that's why cash based change is only 7. So now you use the source of fund and use of fund method. So you take one is net worth, gold and car. So net worth golden car is 722. Use of fund would be house, mutual fund, and 5, 4, 2. Okay, so total this up, this will come as 11. Total this up, it will come as 11. So you see, it's balancing the use of fund and source of fund. Initially, I'm not taking this net worth part. That's why it's not balancing, but now it's fine. So this is how you do that calculation part. Okay. Now let's go